We just got our first official look at A Quiet Place Day 1. This has become one of my favorite franchises. And I'm so excited they're making a third movie. Holy hell. Oh my gosh, dude. All right, guys, so we just got our first official look at the third installment of the highly acclaimed, highly praised, mostly by me, A Quiet Place series. And this is Quiet Place Day 1, which is set to take us back to the very beginning of this kind of climactic disaster that occurred. And obviously, if you watch the first film, you see that it follows Emily Blunt and John Krasinski's character as they're trying to navigate through this crisis. We also see John Krasinski's character in the first film a lot more than we do in the second film. Do we even see him in the second film? I don't know. I think maybe via a flashback or two. Yeah, we do get him via a couple flashbacks, which kind of provides a little backstory as Emily Blunt's character then progresses forward through their journey with the children. And a question that I always had even through that is like, how did this whole thing start? Where exactly did this all begin? What are these things? Where are they from, right? You know, in the first movie, you kind of see them figure out a way to combat them, which definitely carries on into the second film. But in terms of like how to understanding the origin of these characters, it was only inevitable. It was a matter of time before we began to see that take shape. And I think a third film kind of taking us back is great. Do I think that this is something they could have done in the first film? Yeah, I guess so. But I like that they're doing it now. Kind of taking it in reverse a little bit. And I'm not sure exactly how this is, from the trailer, it's definitely feeling like a prequel series, or a prequel entry to the franchise. But I'm curious if this is gonna, result in some sort of time jump, maybe to Emily Blunt's character towards the end of the film, and kind of maybe seeing these characters that are kind of the focal point of this film. Maybe they run into Emily Blunt's character. I don't know. I have so many theories right now in terms of how this is going to connect to like from past to present, right? Because in some way, whether it's in this film or maybe even a fourth film, this film needs to somewhat result in a progression of the current state of these characters and how they inevitably will find a way to defeat this enemy for good. And so I'm curious what this film is going to do in terms of pushing the story forward. I'm also very curious just in terms of like these characters, who they are, what their role in this thing is, and maybe the characters that we're seeing here, maybe they figure out a way to defeat the enemies or for good by understanding exactly where they come from. I don't know. There's so many things that I could think about, but upon like looking just in the first minute, I guess you can consider this a teaser trailer. There's very much a lot of that tension that has existed in this franchise, and I love it. You also get like one of my favorite aspects of this film has always been the quiet aspect of it. A film based on the idea that these are incredibly, they have these enemies, these monsters, they have this incredible ability at hearing, and it results in John Krasinski and Emily Blunt's characters having to try to find a way to navigate that with one of their children being deaf. And I just love the incorporation of sign language in this film. I love the incorporation of just absolute silence. Like, the first movie was so iconic to me because much of the film takes place in absolute silence, where everything that is occurring must be done. There's like virtually no sound in that movie outside of a few key moments, and of course towards the end you get a lot more sound, but for the most part there's nothing that's happening. The birth scene with Emily Blunt's character, so tense, so much tension in that moment. Throughout the entire film, you're just kind of clenching your leg on the edge of your seat in the theater, being like, dude, I don't know how, like, for my own personal sanity, I don't know how I could endure a situation like this. And it's just, it was such a brilliantly directed and written film. Like, you got to give it to John Krasinski and Emily Blunt, who were a big part of this movie and obviously played the lead roles. They did such a great job. And again, I say all that to say that it's so cool to see that this film is getting a third installment, and that it's going to take place and push us back to the past and uncovering and discovering exactly where these enemies come from. I would love to know the origin story. And I think that my theory was that this was going to be where they went in the third film. Either they were going to take it, to the future, or they were going to take it to the past. And I'm glad that they're doing that in this movie. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think. I can feel the tension from this trailer. I'm very excited to see where this movie goes with it. But yeah, if you guys are going to be checking this out, it comes out this summer. Cannot wait. This is the first official look that we got for this movie. If you enjoy trailer reactions and trailer breakdowns, you love just talking about trailers, be sure to drop a like on this video, as it greatly would help out the channel. And subscribe if you're new here. If you love trailers, we post pretty much every trailer from movies, TVs, and gaming that come out, and we talk about them, break them down. And so I'm really excited to share more trailer reactions with you guys. But yeah, I can't wait to talk more about this movie. Hopefully we get a new trailer as we get closer to the movie's launch. But until then, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.